everyone, what's up? My name is Alekais and this is Pillars of Gaming. Over there we have Joji, next to him is sitting Flamey, and this is Wolf Jackson. By the way, Wolf Jackson has a birthday, that's why she has a new octopus.
That's my baby.
And today we'll be making our second episode, which will be about head-inducing moments in gaming, or rage-inducing moments, whatever you want to call it. Just, yeah. Okay. So the first question for today will be the hardest boss fight or level that you have ever encountered.
Oh god damn it. That has to be Dark Souls 3, yet again. The second DLC, the Ring City.
Okay.
And the boss itself, Dark Intermediate maybe.
And what was so hard about it? Like, it's not the hardest boss encounter in the game overall?
No, definitely not the hardest, but maybe the sheer intimidation that you feel, because he's freaking huge and you're tiny, puny little human like being, because you're not like human.
Yeah, you're pretty small compared to him.
And that thing that you use to fight him, it's comparable nearly to a chopstick, or rather a toothpick.
Okay.
Just stab him
Yeah,
to
the
death.
stabby stab.
Yeah.
The big dragon with your toothpick.
I mean, he's freaking dragon. Maybe.
That doesn't mean it's hard.
Okay.
It's
Any
hard to
specific
say.
mechanics that it has that are pretty hard?
Yeah, it's nearly impossible to deal damage to him if you don't stab him in the tail or the head.
Okay, okay. And any level that you want to talk about that you deem hard?
Maybe the swamps overall in Dark Souls 3 or...
Yeah, they're pretty obnoxious.
Yeah, the catacombs. Yeah, rather the catacombs, because they're the whole level is based like a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are annoying enemies, booby traps, poison darts everywhere flying.
And you need to traverse through it, go back and around, and so on and so on. Okay.
And that's it.
And what about you, Flamey?
For me, I don't really have a level or a boss fight, maybe a combination of the two in Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay.
Best expansion ever. The Raid of the Ice Crown Citadel.
Okay. Best expansion ever, by the way.
Okay, yeah. It was specifically hard because we were under-leveled. We didn't have a good gear score for the raid. And overall we didn't know what to do. It was like our first try at it.
Have you ever managed to truly complete it?
Yeah, I did after 20 tries.
Okay. That's pretty good. What role did you play?
I played warrior.
Ooh, nice. A tank or a DPS?
No tank.
Okay.
Okay, that's admirable.
Well, definitely I would say that Lich King back then was a pretty hard boss due to the fact that he had like pretty new mechanics for that time and for the whole expansion. So like the whole idea that the boss arena overall breaks at some point, most of the players didn't know that at first, so most of them died because of that. Afterwards with the Valkyries, when they come and they try to knock you off or destroy you off from the whole citadel, that's kind of pretty much like in a way obnoxious, but I wouldn't say that is the hardest boss fight. Like for the expansion pretty much it was one of the hardest ones, but afterwards there are a lot...
Might have been harder, but it was specifically hard because we weren't
Yeah,
prepared.
you were under-geared. I've went to a few like big boss fights in WoW as well, where I've been under-prepared, so I know that pain overall. And what about you?
I don't have that much experience, but if we can say, me and my friend, if I have to be correct, my mom's boyfriend,
Okay.
we have agreement, and if I win 1 of 10 games in Heroes of Might and Magic, of course, he have to buy me new PC. He has to buy me new PC, and he's really good and that's not so easy. Wish me luck.
Well, good luck in that case, and hopefully you win that new PC. Although I'm pretty sure that you're gonna win it, due to the fact that I've seen you playing Heroes of Might and Magic, and you do pretty good, so yeah.
Okay, how about you, Alex?
Okay, for me, well, I don't have a specific boss fight that I think is really hard, but I do have a level in a specific game. Like, it's Star Wars Republic Commando, and it's pretty much, it's because the whole level is totally different from all the rest, and to that point you have 3 other brothers. You're like, as I already said, you're a Republic Commando, so you're a specific elite trained force of clone commandos who have to infiltrate a core ship. And the difficult thing about it is, like, you have to infiltrate it, and afterwards you have to plant a few charges and get that whole thing exploded. And the whole problem with this is due to the fact that the whole game till then you've played with your squad, you've given them orders, you've been overall a team in general, and suddenly you're left alone. You have to traverse through almost half of the droid factory or the core ship, going through the super battle droid section alone, and mind that they're pretty tough enemies in general. And when you finally manage to plant your own charge, you team up again, and then you have a time constraint in which you basically set off the charges and you have to beeline to the exit of the core ship, and at some point you reach a specific place where there are a lot of turrets, a lot of droidekas just rush in, all of the super battle droids come and so on, and it's just a cluster of enemies, and you have a time constraint where you have to hack a few terminals, you have to put your people on sniper positions, the whole fact that the other part of the level you've been totally alone, which you are definitely not prepared by that point, and it's pretty hard overall as a whole level. So, let's move on to our second question. Which will be the worst gaming character of all time? Which one do you hate the most? Which one do you deem the most worthy for this qualification?
Okay, let me explain that part. Maybe that's going to be actually 2 characters.
Okay.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Picture this. I was literally just scavenging no man's land in Velen, and okay, let's just pretend that didn't happen.
So you went and you had to find a herbalist.
Oh yeah.
You went into the woods.
I went to the woods, and maybe right in the middle of that thicket, I saw a really tiny hut, and there were 2 really nice at first glance looking.
Oh, the old couple, right?
Yeah, the old couple. There was.
So I'm guessing they're not old.
They are old. That's not the problem about them.
Just wait for it.
Okay.
Wait.
There is a plot twist. And the old man was smoking his pipe, sitting on a rocking chair.
Old man drinking, smoking that pipe, yeah!
Yeah. The granny was chopping some kind of a meat in front of the lawn, and I just asked them, obviously, it was the single nearby house. And I asked her if they belong.
By the way, stop the video here and put your guesses down below in the comment section. What will happen next? Oh.
Brave.
Keep on going.
You will die. Okay.
So the granny was chopping her meat.
Yep.
And you went to ask them. Great.
Yeah, about the apprentice, they said that none matching that appearance was seen there, at least. And I was like, okay. Maybe he was eaten by wolves. It's dangerous and pretty common in Velen. And I decided by mistake to go behind the hut, and Geralt just said, I smell something. Fresh blood. And in that second the very quest itself changed. for me to investigate further.
That's a hidden interaction, right?
Yep, yeah, I went behind the hut, I followed the scent of blood in nearby cellar, literally smashed my way in. It was grotesque, and that just caught me by surprise, because there were like elderly couple, cute little couple, they were cannibals. And that same apprentice, he was halfling, he was chopped. He was literally chopped in pieces.
What was the question again? Because I don't think he's talking about...
Worst gaming character of all time.
How is that the worst gaming character of all time?
Elderly cannibals, like, that's disgusting.
Well, yeah, we can call them disgusting, but what exactly made you think they were the worst?
They were what?
They were the worst. Why do you hate them, boy?
Because they're elderly cannibals.
Okay.
That speaks for itself. A reason
So-
to do that.
For you, Flamey?
For me, it's Nautilus from League of Legends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I like him
legible.
every time, just because every time he basically attacks you, it's a stun.
Yeah, it's a short stun, but it's still a freaking
It's a
stun.
stun. It's enough for the ADC to do the damage needed.
And especially when you combine that with his hook and
Yeah.
his own damage output.
Like,
And the fact that he's unkillable because he's a freaking tank.
yeah, and when you put him in a team fight, you can get away. Let's say you try to run, he can stun you. If you try to flash, he can grab you with his hook. He's just a really annoying character. I can't play against him.
Okay.
Leona is kind of the same in a way.
No,
because
that's
her
say
hook
Lulu.
is stunnable.
Lulu is even worse.
Hmm?
Lulu is even worse.
Yeah,
Polymorph,
yeah,
shields,
polymorph one.
wolves.
Yeah, but she's not tanky like Nautilus.
Yeah, that is kind of true. So, what about you, Jackson? Which is the worst gaming character of all time?
Oh, Misfortune for League. She's naked, damn pirate, and
Okay.
she's so ugly.
That's
Okay.
really questionable. Really questionable.
Okay, like, we know that you're into redheads, so...
Yeah.
So, and with her boomsticks.
Oh yes, that boomsticks. She's terrible.
Okay, and... Is that the only character that you dislike from League?
Yes.
Okay. For me, it has to be Malfurion. That goddamn
Furion.
freaking droid, goddamn. Like, who the hell even plays Night Elves or like Night Elves? I mean, honestly, and who likes Malfurion? He was so bad in Warcraft 3, like he was sleeping through the whole war. Last second he's like, nature will save us all, yeah. Let the wisps handle our problems, yeah. Like, he's a hippie who doesn't do anything. He slept through the Second War. He slept through his whole goddamn life. He has a wife, which is Tivande, and he still doesn't do anything. He just sleeps there and that's it. I mean, why are all the Night Elves just rainbows? Yeah, they're pinkish, purplish, with the blue and a splash of green, and just a little bit of other colors mixed into all of that. Like
Like
for
you
me,
hate him just because he's
No, it's
different
not only-
color, that's racist.
Yeah.
it's not only because he's a night elf, but in general because the whole like expansion from Frozen Throne and the whole game of Warcraft 3 and in general in World of Warcraft, he's a pretty useless character. Like, I like him kinda in Hearthstone. So, after I've expressed myself and my hatred to that goddamn Night Elf Druid, we can continue on to our third question, which is something that drives you crazy in games in general.
Maybe invisible walls, because
Okay.
they're quite despicable. Okay, let's try to imagine something like you're in a dungeon, torch in hand, walking by narrow passage, and spider webs are entangling your whole armor. And at the end of the tunnel you see a light. finally. And when you finally go there, there's a chest. And when you go obviously and try to loot the chest, you're unable to because that's part of the environment. And there's invisible wall.
Okay. And why do they drive you that mad? Like, pretty much every game has invisible walls.
Agreed, but I mean, like, I'm aware that they can't render every single texture at the same time. But it's quite annoying, at least for me.
Like
If I see a valley or something like that, I just start running in the middle of it because I
Do you
can't reach
hate
the
it
other
more
end.
when it's open spaces that have invisible walls, or closed off spaces that have invisible walls?
Open
Why you
spaces.
can?
Because
Do
I
you
want to
prefer just a
explore.
wall?
I want
to
to
be
explore
there?
that other part. For instance,
Like, but it looks better if it's just a wall.
Okay, and one more thing that I wanted to ask you, like,
Sure.
because I like, I have no problem with invisible walls in general, except only when they're blocking some things just because you are not supposed to go there at that time.
that,
Like, for
yeah.
me that's annoying.
Yeah,
Like, when I see a door or a hallway or something like that, and I try to enter and it's like, nope, you
If
can't
it's,
go inside due to the fact that
zone-specific,
you're
or
like...
quest lock.
Exactly. Like, if you're gonna make it... Like, if it's gonna be stopping you anyways from entering that zone, at least make it in a way that really something blocks me, and not just give me a text description, you can't enter because you're under-leveled, or because, you haven't unlocked that path yet, you haven't, like, found a specific quest for it. Like, I prefer just put something there in front of me so it can stop me. And afterwards,
It
when
doesn't make sense otherwise.
yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Come on, go with it.
Okay, for me it's collision in League. Like, especially if you're playing the jungler. Let's say listen, and you have
Okay.
to jump on your ward because you are, let's say, mid lane and the enemy jungler are after you.
Okay.
Like that wall collision that stops you just for a second to place the ward from the other side so you can jump over it with your Q.
Yeah.
Or when you have to flash through it and just for a second your character moves in another direction.
Yeah,
So
it can
perhaps a
screw up your
flash.
flash, yeah.
For me, that sounds like an excuse for him unable to flash properly.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely takes time to get used to
Oh yeah,
Linux.
yeah, definitely.
I got used to it, but just because that one time I fucked it up and I died because of it. Because the wall stops
I mean,
me
even
like
you're used to
a
that, there are
foot
still
before the wall.
several places that is really
You
hard.
can't tell me that sometimes, like, the graphical output of a wall, like the design of the wall, it's much more narrow than its collision
like,
box.
you're the one bitching
definitely.
about your knife not falling from the other side.
Yeah,
of the wall
yeah,
when
and
you're playing
sometimes
Katarina.
it can screw up your Katarina knives, it can screw up your dashes,
Oh, yeah.
and so on. Definitely, like, League needs to work on their collision, because there are problems not only in general with the walls, but there's some problems with the auto attacks,
Hitboxes.
yeah, hitboxes in
hitboxes.
general, and so on and so on. So, what about you? Is there something that you hate in games in general?
I'm not sure, but maybe that's how in the game. In World of Warcraft, after you died, you have to claim your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes have a hole.
Yeah, it can get
Different
stuck
places.
in different
Yeah.
places.
For example, my body. We play together.
Yeah, we did play back then together.
My body. Okay. No. We be around the silver moon.
Yeah, we were somewhere around
And,
Silvermoon, and you got stuck on a spire, I think.
Yes.
Like, there's a specific place around Silvermoon where,
Have a big citadel.
yeah,
And,
and
Blood
you
Elf
need to
Citadel.
use a few portals to reach to the
Three.
top side.
If I remember
Yeah,
right.
I think it was 3 portals.
3 portals.
And, okay.
After I passed three portals, and something killed me. I don't
A water
know.
element?
It was definitely a water element.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not sure.
It was definitely a water elemental. I know this quest. Like, the quest sends you to reach at the top of the citadel. Like, it's close to Silver Moon, but yeah, kinda. So you go there and you need to, I don't know, take something from the highest level of the tower, and when you go there and you use all the teleports and you reach the final like floor, a few water elementals directly spawn on you, and at that moment you're pretty low level and they're with 1 or 2 levels above you, and because they spawn a few around you, and especially if you're one of those classes like mages, druids or so on, or like rogue or something like that, and you're a little bit squishier, you can definitely get easily wrecked directly. And when you get killed there, your body gets stuck.
And
Because when you're a ghost, you can't take your body, because you can't interact with the teleports. So I remember that you got stuck and that I had to come with my higher level character. I had to kill the water elementals, and because I was a paladin, I revived you. So yeah, I know that pain, because when I was playing pirate servers of Wrath of the Lich King.
Best expansion.
Nice. Best expansion ever. So, when I was playing Wrath of the Lich King, and I remember that in one of the pirate servers there was a bug that when you died on a specific spot, I can't really remember the spot, but when you died there, your body just fell through the ground and it got stuck there, and you couldn't access it in any way at all. Like, you had to write to a support, and he had to answer and fix it, and so on and so on, and because pirate servers, of course, and their like support is pretty bad overall, and it took a lot of time to get fixed. And I've had this experience in Battle.net as well, like in older versions of the game. I think it was in Cataclysm or Pandaria, where I got stuck a few times when I died as well, but I don't remember where exactly it was, so it can kinda get you going, like it can drive you insane for a short duration, because if you've put a lot of time in the character and you get killed somewhere and you can't access your body, and you need to wait for a support to answer and so on, that can definitely drive you crazy. I mean, like, all of your loads, all of your hard-earned levels and everything else, and all the grind just goes away. Yeah, in most cases you do eventually get it back. So, now we can move to the fourth one, which is definitely going to be games with shitty-ass mechanics.
League.
Why so?
What do you mean by why so? We both play that game.
We do, but I don't complain it having shitty mechanics.
It does.
Okay.
What are the shitty mechanics?
For start, there's, let's see, maybe like unmatching hitboxes.
Okay.
Some even pay-to-win skins. Yet again, hitboxes.
Collisions sometimes.
Yeah, even that. And it's just, I'm aware that it's not easy task to fix such, they're not bugs, but issues.
Yeah, there are things that they haven't like worked on or patched out, and they're pretty old by this time.
Yep.
Like, the game has been running for what, like 11 years or something like that now, and when you haven't yet patched your
They
clients,
they
definitely do have
everything.
resources.
Yeah.
So some of like the problems with League are pretty obnoxious, but overall for me its mechanics are pretty solid, and that's due to the fact that it's just copy-pasted mechanics from Dota overall, from the original Dota.
More or
so
less.
yeah. Flamey? Do you have something that you would flame about as a game?
Not really about game mechanics. I haven't seen a game that really makes me think that it has shitty mechanics.
Okay. What about you?
I don't have specific. Sorry.
Okay. So
Okay,
it
so
comes
okay.
to me. And that has to be like one of the recent games that I played. And it's a general, not only this game, but like, first of all, the game is Kronos Before the Ashes. But it's in general like something that really drives me crazy. is the fact that sometimes your camera just gets stuck. Like, okay, I understand that your character has to have some camera following him, okay, and that there are some limitations, especially when it's a third-person camera. Okay, I got that. But come on, goddammit. Like in Chronos, every time when I try to dodge, cancel out an animation, which, by the way, is another thing that annoys me if you can't cancel out animations of dodge mechanics or in general attacks. And when you get stuck in a specific corner or something like that, just the camera turns around and you're facing the wall instead of like facing your opponent or something like that. Especially in Chronos where you have a lock-on mechanic, which has to like... It locks the camera behind you, and when you circle around the enemy, the camera just follows you and kind of shows you the enemy at all times. And due to that, it can get stuck into walls, especially in tight corridors and so on, and Chronos has a lot of those. So definitely for me, a game with shitty mechanics has to be Chronos because of the goddamn camera. Like, please fix that. Please, just do it. Maybe I'm not doing something right. Like, that's a probability as well, because I'm not very good with Souls-like games in general, and Chronos is one of those. By the way, if you haven't watched that, you can go in the description down below, you can find it in my channel. If you want, like, definitely go watch those videos as well, because you're gonna see me raging in Chronos a lot. And, yeah, in general, that has to be it for me. And, to conclude off, we have one final question. And this is about players in games that you hate the most, or types of players that you hate the most.
In Warframe, when you go into a mission, you are supposed to be in a squad with 3 people at least.
Okay.
And that squad is most cases open, and every single other player can join you at random, obviously. There are different type of missions like objective defense, capture missions, but that's not important. The important part is that in some cases you may find players that we call leechers.
Okay.
They just tend to take that empty spot in your squad, jump around, doing literally nothing. Don't
Participate or help in general,
definitely.
yeah.
They do literally nothing, just collect loot and XP. And hence why they are called leechers.
Yeah, in World of Warcraft there were loot ninjas. Kind of the same deal. Like, some of them helped, but they still, like...
Took out the loot.
Yeah, took all the loot. But others did nothing, and they just went and they were perfect at taking loot. Like, the correct second they clicked, took all the loot, run away, or even leave the party at some times. Like, I've seen players that go in, they want a specific thing, and they grind for a specific boss or something like that, and afterwards they just break up the whole raid. Now you need to wait for a new group and so on. Do leechers in Warframe tend to do that as well? Do they leave the party or do they just stay there?
No, they just stay there because every single piece of loot that drops while you're in the mission is for everyone. It's not per character locked.
Yeah.
And they literally just soak experience and collect loot.
Okay. And what are your types of players that you dislike?
Okay, I really dislike feeders in any type of game. Let's say in League
Feeders
of
that feed on purpose or just can't play the game?
Like, if you can play the game, that's not your fault. But feeders that queue up and, let's say, you don't give them to play mid when...
Oh yeah, mid or feed.
Yeah, mid or feed. Just... When you have a feeder, you can't win. Like, if he goes AFK, you might win. But if he constantly gives them gold because he just runs into towers or tries to die,
Like,
same as this.
He's like a few free minions for him, like a whole wave just crashing and getting
But
them for
he
free.
also has tender spell spike. Let's not forget
Yeah,
that.
Or let's say in CSGO when he just decides to buy good weapons, again die and just drop them good weapons. Just because you won't kick him.
And yeah, definitely that is pretty annoying. But like feeders are more common in like games like League and in CS. And do you think that there are a lot of fears in Smite as well?
Oh, there are a lot of fears in Smite. Like, it's pretty much the same as League,
Okay.
but in League there are a lot more.
But is that feeling in Smite at least intentional as it is in League?
Yeah, of course there are people that intentionally feed in Smite, but the player base is smaller. But I think still the people who feed in Smite are a lot less.
Okay.
Still toxic as fuck, but they feed less.
Okay. What's the type of players that you don't like, Wolf Jackson?
Definitely, I hate when someone write in the game chat, I'm a girl, don't hurt me, don't be bad with me,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm a girl.
Yeah, they definitely give you a bad name in general.
Bad, really bad. And what matter if you're a girl or a boy?
Yeah,
I
it pretty
don't know.
much doesn't matter at all.
That's
Like, you're a gamer anyways. If you're gonna be playing, don't try and find an excuse and just pretending, because in most cases people do try to pretend that they're girls. Like, just play the game and shut your trap up. Like, come on. It doesn't matter, are you a girl, a boy, or male, a female, or whatever. You can be a crocodile with pink nails or whatever, and you can, if you're still playing the game, just goddamn play it. Don't, like, try to find any excuses about it. Okay, and I guess it's my turn, pretty much?
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And for me it has to be definitely quitters. Like, I have no problems with feeders. Like, I can stand them. I have no problems with people that write a lot in the chat that they flame or that they pretend to be like someone they're not. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if you're gonna say, oh, on my main account I'm diamond, but here because you're scrubs I'm playing like a bronze player. No, I don't give a damn. But I definitely hate quitters. I don't care if you have to leave because your grandmother just died. No. No, I don't care. Like, okay, everyone has personal issues, everyone has personal problems, but if you, like, want to leave, then just go leave. I prefer AFK than someone that presses every 5 goddamn seconds. Surrender. Like, okay, I get it that you have to leave. I'm not gonna report you because you have something urgent that just popped up and that you have to exit the game. It's okay, just write that in the chat. I'm gonna, like, do my own thing. I'm not gonna surrender for you. You can just leave. I'm not gonna be reporting you. I'm not gonna be like saying anything. I'm not gonna be doing anything. But I'm not gonna either support you for the surrender. Like, it's still a winnable game. You can win a game at 4 versus 5 or something like that. Like, you're not the most important person on the goddamn wide universe. So
So you basically hate
Or
Joji.
worst.
Dies once on meet
That
FF at
types,
15.
when
That's not correct.
runaway niggas.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you die once, you get ganked once, and you're like, no, we can win this FF.
So while you were arguing, we were talking about that we hate as well people that run around naked in
Yeah.
World of Warcraft and in general
What's the
RPGs.
problem with that?
That's terrible.
Oh, that's annoying.
What's
Like,
the problem?
they just stand there and they're like, give me God, look at me, I'm naked. Like, that's
Like
really disgusting. That's really something annoying for me as well.
You can just move
Yeah,
away from
definitely.
them.
Yeah, you can move away from them, but they're standing at every goddamn main city. Like, you go to Orgrimmar or Stormwind and suddenly
You get to
a
play
bunch of
that
ugly
game.
naked people just standing there
Really?
and leeching for gold, asking and telling you how poor they are, how their life is bad and so on. Just
There's a
get out of here.
nude person dancing
Oh
on top
yeah.
of every single mailbox in the game. At least in main cities.
Yeah, almost in
Well.
every main city.
Good way to get gold though.
Yeah, though a good way to get gold. And, by the way, our octopus now will tell you about our next episode. It will be about bugs and games, definitely, so mind that one and watch it. And if you haven't done so, please leave a like down in the description below and definitely subscribe to our channel. Okay. Like, that was a little bit cringy, but still, listen to the pink octopus, because if you don't, it will come to your house and will definitely kill you, or you're gonna... It's
Octopus?
So, if you don't listen to the pink octopus, you're definitely gonna join a hentai movie. So, see you in the next one, folks, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share if possible, of course. Bye for now.